They took me back to my high school and my middle school days. I was ready to bang. Hi y'all, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. Before I start this video off, I just want to say thank you to every last one of y'all that supported my last video, that watched my video on TikTok, that watched the video on YouTube. I want to say thank you for the support. I did not think I was gonna get even 50 videos on that first video, and I got a good little amount to be starting off with. So again, thank you guys. I want to give y'all a dance break. So, I'm finna be giving y'all the story time about how I got fired from my supervisor position at Burlington. I've been waiting to do this. I've been waiting to drop this. So tune in, because the shit is finna get messy. It's about to get messy. If you like mess, tune in. Before I can even give y'all this story time, I'm finna have to get a little background story on this job. Okay, so basically, all of this came when we got a new store manager. Our first store manager ended up quitting, getting fired. I don't know, but I know that store manager left, and when the assistant store manager left, she let me and this other girl know that, hey, like, when y'all get a new manager, I'm gonna need y'all to keep y'all heads on the swivel, because they finna come in and like try to regulate the place. Yeah, the assistant store manager she was black, okay? So, and she was basically just telling us, like, you know, it's been a lot of funny racist stuff going on around here, so like, you know, just watch out. She wasn't telling us to quit. She was like, I'm not telling y'all to quit, but, you know, make sure you got a backup plan, because I don't trust this. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. We should have listened to her, because a lot has happened. Ever since she left, a lot has happened, and we should have listened to her. So we're going to get into the story time now, because there was a little background story for y'all to understand the shit that's about to go on now. The main people in this story is my bestie. I'm not going to be using her name for personal reasons. We're going to be using my bestie and the ops, Big Bird and Piggy. Big Bird is a boy, okay? No, Big Bird is a nigga bitch. Big Bird is a nigga bitch. And Miss Piggy is exactly what she sounds like. The bitch is a pig. I'm finna keep this short and quick, because I don't feel like talking about this for over 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. So we can say it all started back around like February or March or whatever. I met Miss Piggy. You know, we hit it off. I think we hit it off. And, you know, we make plans. She make plans to come to my house, you know, and match. If, you know, if she came to we made house for her to come to my plans, match, and, you know, just chill and listen to music. And, you know, while we was at work, she was telling me, she was like, you know, yes, I smoke. Like, back home where I'm from, that's all I do is smoke. Like, I blow down. I probably smoke more than a man. And I'm like, girl, me too. Like, we need to smoke. She like, oh, we need to. I was like, we can do that today. She's like, okay, I'll come to your house, whatever. She come to my house, yeah. The bitch come to my house and waste my weed. So me, her, and my fiance were smoking. Like, me, her, and my fiance were sitting on the couch chilling, and he rolled a blunt and he passed it to me. I passed it to her. At the corner of my eye, I'm not seeing no smoke. Like, I'm not seeing no smoke. I see her puff the blunt and blow that shit out. Like, seriously. Like, if you was here, you would know. Like, I'm not doing too much. The bitch was wasting our weed, y'all. So I already felt that was very off-putting to me. So, but I left it alone. Then we gotta start putting on music and we just chilling or whatever. And every song that I say, oh, this my shit, she be like, oh, that's my shit too. But you can hear her voice, the bitch kind of lying. Like, I don't know if y'all ever been around those type of bitches where it's like they're putting on the front to try to be somebody's friend. That's what it gave. Like, this bitch was putting on the front to be my friend. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't care about you not smoking. I don't care about you not liking the type of music I listen to. I don't care. And also, she looked uncomfortable in my house. Like, I don't know. But, you know, I would just rather natural friendship than somebody pretending that they like stuff just to be around me. You know, I don't like nothing forced. I don't like nothing, you know, fake. That was that. She came to my house and I peeped out that she never came to my house again. Never got, I never invited her out anywhere. You know, it was just a thing where I was like, yeah, I realized I don't want to be your friend. We don't have to be friends. Simple. A couple weeks later, I meet Big Bird. Now, Big Bird was new or whatever, and this is around the time I got into my supervisor position. Big Bird is new, and, you know, I'm having to train him, and, you know, we become cool. We're cool, and we end up getting close or whatever, and it was just like a little friendship or whatever, and then my best friend start, and me, her, and Big Bird, we're all cool now. Like, we're all cool. My best friend and Big Bird, they started talking or whatever, you know. I put them on to each other. I'm not gonna lie, I probably shouldn't have done that. I just pulled out my bohemian because this shit is getting on my nerves. But, I put my best friend and Big Bird onto each other. Shouldn't have done that. And, you know, they started talking. Now, this is where the messy shit comes in. Like, if you know, you know. Oh, I almost said this bitch name. Miss Piggy, she sent me a message. One day we were making plans. One day me, Big Bird, and my best friend, we were making plans to hang out outside of work and smoke or whatever, because that's what we used to do. We used to leave work and, you know, link up and smoke after work or whatever. So we were making plans to, you know, hang out outside of work and link up, smoke, go to the park, go get food, you know, just have a fun day. And Miss Piggy heard us. She overheard us making this plan or whatever. And I guess the bitch invited herself. Like, she was just, it was the weirdest shit ever. She heard us making this plan. A couple days go by. And, we don't even get to do it. Me, Big Bird, and my best friend, we don't even get to do what we planned and said we were going to do. A couple days go by, and this bitch sent me a message. This is the message. Pause and read. So, I get that message, and y'all see my response is, okay, love, that's fine. Because, like I said, I was never pressed about being your friend. If I wanted to be your friend, I would have kept texting you after that time. Miss Piggy starts trying to get close and talk to my best friend or whatever, right after she finds out that my best friend and Big Bird talk. And I'm just telling my best friend, like, I'm never that type of bitch. I'm not no hater. But I was telling her, like, hey, you know, I would watch that. Like, how long you been working here? How long she been working here? She just now trying to talk to you when she found out that you and him talk. Bitch, watch that. My best friend, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, she's very nice, very sweet girl. Don't like drama. And she was like, you know, I'm not gonna be mean to her. I'm gonna just, you know, talk to her. I'm gonna keep it I'm gonna keep it like within the work and this, that, and the third. I'm like, as you should. I'm not telling you to not talk to her, but watch her. Boom, fast forward. Big Bird and my best friend, they stopped talking. They cut ties or whatever. And all of a sudden, Miss Piggy and Big Bird, they talk now. And Big Bird is acting funny towards my best friend. Y'all catching my gist? Please tell me y'all catching my gist. I'm telling her, I'm like, girl, I told you. Like, I told you to watch that shit. These bitches weird, y'all. I'm telling her, like, these bitches be weird. You better watch that bitch. And the weird bitch, she did exactly what a weird bitch would do. If you catch my gist. Me and Big Bird still cool. Mind y'all, me and Big Bird still cool. So, we end up getting a new store manager or whatever, because like I told y'all in the backstory of this video, our store manager ended up quitting. So we ended up getting a new store manager. A couple weeks go by, whatever, and a weird joke was made about me at work while I was at work, but I wasn't in the presence of everybody else. I was doing manager shit. So a weird comment was made about me at work, and I realized that I never told Big Bird I was trans. Now, is that my fault? Yes, I take all accountability. But on my parts, everybody at that job knew I was trans. Everybody there knew I was trans. I wanted it that way because I didn't want to come and work into an environment where, you know, it's uncomfortable. I'm unsure. I'm having to wash my shoulders every, 5 minutes. I'm like, I would rather everybody know I'm trans than they don't. And when they find out, it's some weird shit. You know what I mean? I'm like stressing to my best friend. I'm like, girl, like, they done made this joke around him. I don't know if he know I'm trans. Like, I don't want him to think like I was trying to be that type of bitch that trick him, because I'm far from that type of bitch or whatever. She was like, I'm telling her, I'm going to just tell him because I don't know. So she was like, boom, I think you should tell him. So boom. One day at work, I end up telling him I'm trans. And he tells me, he's like, it's cool. Like, I hope you don't think we finna stop being friends because you trans. This, that, and the third. And we was cool. Now, couple days go by. Me, Big Bird, my best friend, and another worker at Burlington were all at work. And this is when the store manager comes in or whatever, and she's showing me how to do stuff, like making sure I know how to do stuff. I knew how to do stuff more than that bitch, like, no shade. I was there when there were no managers. I was the only manager, y'all. No shade. I used to slave in there. I was in there working 2 weeks straight before, when there was no store manager. So she comes in, she's teaching, like showing me how to do something. I'm just looking like, bitch, I been knew how to do this. I could have taught you how to do this. And she leaves, and I check my phone, and I realize I got two messages from Big Bird and an unsent message. The last message was the unsent message, so I'm going to show my best friend and the other worker that's there, y'all. And as y'all know, like, when you hold down on the message on your iPhone, all of the messages pop up. I'm thinking it's just the unsent message. Mind y'all, Big Bird had already been acting weird as fuck. I go to show them the unsent message, but when I hold down on the unsent message, I read something else. This is the message. Pause and read. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I hope a bitch ain't talking about me. I hope a bitch ain't talking about me. I called you that? Oh. It's time to get to the bottom of this. Me and my fiance, we took my best friend home or whatever, and we debating about the shit in the car, and I'm like, girl, no, like, it's some weird shit going on. Like, they're trying to tell me he not talking about you. Like, it could have been another trans person in the store checking out. I'm like, no, he got to be talking about me, because he said the girls in the store telling him this. And I'm like, what girls are telling you this? Because there's only one girl that talks to you and that fools with your ugly ass. Like, you're ugly, G. It's only one girl that fools with your ugly ass, and that's Miss Piggy bitch ass. So I'm putting two and two together. Everybody telling me, like, I think you think too hard on it. I don't think that's what happened. I'm like, fuck that. I know my intuition. I know exactly what the fuck went down. A bitch lying on my name. Yeah. Next day come, they took me back to my high school and my middle school days. I was ready to bang. I get to work with my tennis shoes on, my tights, and my cardigan, because what's good? And the first person I see Miss Piggy, instantly goes to her, and I'm like, you and Big Bird be having conversations about me? Mind y'all, I sit down and ask this bitch that, because I know this bitch ain't on shit. So I sit down and I'm like, question, you and Big Bird having conversations about me? She was like, actually, yes, we have. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all having conversations about me while I'm not around y'all for? She was like, actually, I was going to ask you the same thing. The conversation she's referring to is one day Big Bird asked me for her Instagram. I said, I don't have her Instagram because I don't fuck with her. It shouldn't be no problem with me saying that, because, bitch, I don't fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. Where's the issue then? So I was like, girl, Reek asked me for your Instagram. I told him I don't have your Instagram because I don't fuck with you. What conversations are you referring to? She was like, so you really want to talk about this at work? You really want to talk about this at work? I'm like, girl, yes, I want to talk about this at work. I want to talk about it wherever it happened. Bitch, you not finna link up with me outside of work to talk about it. So, yes, I want to talk about it at work. I'm like, we can go talk about it in the break room. She was like, we can. The bitch started following me to the break room now. And then, and not even 4 steps, this bitch go to my some, actually, I don't have to explain anything to you. I don't have to talk about nothing with you. So I'm not talking. Oh. Okay. Bitch. Now we got to bang. What's good? Now we got to bang. You had your opportunity to talk, bitch. Now we got to bang. Ain't no more talking. We could have talked about this shit right here. You don't want to talk? Now it's time to bang. Couple minutes ago, about me and my best friend and the other workers that's at work, we in the back talking. And they let me know. But they let me know that Big Bird is in the front. Instantly walking my ass up there. I don't know what he thought. So I get to the front and I'm like, so what conversations been had about me while I'm not around? I don't know what the fuck he thought this was, but this nigga talk about some, man, get out my face with that shit. Like, I ain't trying to talk about this shit, get out my face. I'm like, no. Y'all was able to talk about it within each other, so bitch, I'm here. The topic of y'all discussion is here. Talk about it. I'm like, Big Bird, is Miss Piggy the bitch who told you I called you cute? He was like, man, I ain't trying to talk about this shit. Miss Piggy talking about something. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter if I told him that? Bitch, it matters because it's a lie. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, bitch, what do you mean? Why does it matter? Bitch, it matters because if you ask me if it mattered one more time, I'm gonna pop your ass in this motherfucking out. Bitches ain't want to talk, so I'm not gonna lie. I let them have it, but they ain't have it that easily. I told them bitches, I said, okay, y'all ain't want to talk at work. I gave y'all the chance to talk at work, bitch. Now we got to bang it out. I said, bitch, I'm being your ass. Big Bird, my fiance and my brother, bitch, you just be watching your back. They getting you, bitch. I go to the back, and all the workers come telling me, oh, they left work, they left work, like they just left out of work. And mind y'all, why when they left work, this bitch tried to follow him out and walk to his car. He left the bitch in the parking lot like a bobblehead. The bitch was in the parking lot looking like a bobblehead. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was still on it. I was on it the whole entire time I'm at work because now y'all done got me started. It's been too many jokes around this bitch. It really worked, and I got a hold to Big Bird and Miss Piggy's address. And y'all got to know I put those hoes to use. I put them to use. When I left work, my fiance, he was like, what you trying to do? Send him the address immediately. We go to Big Bird house first. Because that was my beef. That was my initial beef. Because you was supposed to be my friend and you let this dumb, weird asshole that I've been telling you about come to you and tell you a lie. Knowing I got a fiance. Knowing you look like that. It's hilarious. You're ugly. Bitch, don't ever play with me. We pulled up Big Bird first. And I sent him a message. I sent him a picture of his car. And I said, come outside. Here's the message right there. Pause and read. And he didn't text back. He didn't say nothing. So I reacted to my message. And then when I did that, he called trying to talk shit out. Talking about, you really at my house? You really at my house? Hell yeah, look out the window. Yeah, he didn't want to come outside. Moral of the story, he didn't want to come outside. He wanted to talk it out. And me personally, like I said, y'all had the chance to talk it out. Y'all didn't want to talk it out. Y'all wanted to move disrespectful about it. So now we got the bang. So why you acting so surprised now? You know, you feel me? So he didn't want to do nothing. He didn't come outside. We went to we went to Miss Piggy's house. And I did the same thing. I texted her. I said, you said you didn't want to talk at work. Let's talk here. And I sent her a picture of her car. I'm outside. Woohoo. That bitch ain't come outside either. I ain't even get a text back from her. So I already knew that bitch wasn't gonna be on it. I was on the way home bringing Simba from his vet appointment. And I get a call from the store manager. She was like, hi, like I heard about the incident yesterday. I just want to hear your side of the story. I give her my side of the story, yeah. She was like, okay, I'm gonna get back to you, this, that, and the third. So, like, later on that day, she calls back and was like, so she wanted to talk to me at the store. We go to the store. I walk in the store and I see Miss P. So, I go to the back or whatever. She's telling me, like, you know, you suspended this, that, and the third. She's like, I forwarded Miss Piggy's story to HR, and they're doing an investigation on this and the third. I'm like, I gave you my story. Why you didn't? I'm like, you didn't forward mine. This bitch gonna tell me talking about some. I don't think your story was valid enough to forward to HR, so I was gonna have you do that on your own. So after she said that, mind y'all, there's another manager in the room. So I started retelling the story. I'm like, I shouldn't have to forward my story to HR, and I already told you my story, and I started retelling it. And every time I say something about this, like every time I say something, the other manager looking at the store manager like, this is not what you said. She said, like, basically, I feel like the store manager was lying. I feel like the store manager lied on me. I don't know. Call me delusional. I get suspended from work, and I'm waiting my job. My job, while I'm suspended, Miss Piggy and Big Bird still there. Like, there ain't no repercussions. I'm taking all the heat. Like, she got people up there thinking I'm just this messy, loud, ghetto worker when it's never been that, especially not in a workplace, boo. Now, back in high school and middle school was different, but I'm grown now, boo. I'm at work. I ain't got no reason to be ghetto. Check the cameras. The whole time, y'all, I was just suspended. I was suspended, and I ended up getting fired. Miss Piggy and Big Bird, nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to them, but I got fired. So I took that opportunity and I started this. Period. I took that firing opportunity and I turned it into my content career because I'm finna be shitting on them hoes. But yeah, moral of the story, don't get too close with people at work. Don't trust no manager. Don't trust no coworker. Don't be like me. Don't make my mistake. But I got fired and I'm here now, so all thanks to God. I hated that job anyways. Well, that was the end of this video. Make sure y'all give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Give me y'all opinion on how y'all feel about this situation. Let me know if y'all feel like it was my fault. Because I honestly could have just left it alone. But if you were in my shoes, there's a lot of stuff I left out, so hey. But it probably was my fault, but hey.